Hey everyone, Carl here from Abt. Today we're going to talk about hooking up a soundbar. There's a few different ways you can hook up a soundbar to your TV, and in this video we're going to talk specifically about using an HDMI cable. If you're looking to hook it up with an optical cable, make sure to check out our other video on how to hook up your soundbar to your TV with an optical cable. For this video, we've gone with all Samsung products, so your results may vary slightly, but remember, if you purchased your soundbar from Abt, you get lifetime technical support, so feel free to call into our service department and they can help walk you through the whole process as well. Now, hooking up with an HDMI cable is very similar to using an optical cable. It's just a different looking plug, and it offers some advantages over the optical cable too. First things first though, make sure your TV and your soundbar's power cords are plugged in. Now, here's what an HDMI connection looks like. The connection on your TV is going to be the same size and shape, and just like the optical cable, there's only one way that this will fit in, so there's no risk of plugging it in the wrong way. Now here's where it gets a little tricky though. When you look at the back of your TV, you want to check and see if one of your HDMI inputs is labeled as HDMI ARC, and then look at the back of your soundbar and make sure that it has an output labeled HDMI ARC. In some cases they have it, but it's not labeled, so make sure to check your instruction manual if you don't see that acronym on the units themselves. What this means is that your HDMI ports have audio return channel capabilities, which can send sound back and forth between your TV and your soundbar. If both products have that feature, it's best to use those ports, and that's what we'll be focusing on in this video since most newer TVs and soundbars have those type of connections available. Now that you've identified the input and output on your TV and soundbar, you'll want to plug in an HDMI cable between those two. You'll also want to make sure your other components like your cable box or your Blu-ray player are plugged in, ideally also with HDMI cables, and here's where having that audio return channel comes in handy. You can connect your components either to your TV or to your soundbar, since the two components can send the sound back and forth to one another if needed. Once you have your components hooked up, turn on your TV and your soundbar using the buttons either on the units themselves or the power buttons on their respective remotes. Now that they're both on, you may notice another nice thing about using HDMI as your connection. It'll oftentimes tell the TV that there's a soundbar plugged in, and it'll default to the soundbar automatically, which it does for our example here. If not, you're going to want to go into the sound settings on your TV and choose the external speaker option. You may need to consult your instruction manual to find out the exact term that your particular brand uses, and you also may need to use the input button on the TV's remote to get to the input where the HDMI cable is plugged in if it doesn't happen automatically. Now that the units are talking to each other through HDMI, you'll be able to control the volume using just your TV's remote if you choose. You'll also need the remote that comes with your soundbar if you want to change inputs or sound settings outside of just volume. But for basic use, your TV remote's going to work just fine. And that's really all there is to it. It's a pretty simple process that doesn't require too many steps and will dramatically improve your whole TV experience. Thanks for watching, and make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel to see all of our how-to videos and learn all about the cool products that we carry here at Abt.